Tanvu. I hope I didn't butcher that too much, but that is a phrase used in the beginning and in the end of the Tangled series. And I wonder why they use that specific phrase. I know why. I think I know why. This video is explained. Just watch the video. Yeah, guys, I finally watched the series, and let me tell you, there is a lot of secrecy and mystery in the kingdom of Corona. More than you would believe. And if you think that Rapunzel's story ended at the end of Tangled the movie, you would be completely, very, very wrong. Right now is probably a good time to tell you that there will be spoilers, a whole bunch of spoilers for the Tangled series and the movie. So if you haven't seen either one of those, I recommend you to go watch it first. But if you don't care about spoilers, just keep watching. Who am I to stop you? And while you're at it, you can just like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to. So the series basically begins at the end of Tangled the movie. Kinda. It is after the events of Tangled, but before Eugene and Rapunzel get married. So Rapunzel and her parents reunite. So now she has to step up and be princess of Kingdom Corona. And well, she kind of feels trapped because she can't go anywhere without someone following her. And even though she brings this issue to the king just doesn't understand. But her lady-in-waiting does. Cassandra, her dear friend, she actually sneaks Rapunzel out of the kingdom in the middle of the night. And in that journey, they find these rocks, these black sharp rocks. And out of curiosity or just pure accident, I don't remember how it went, but Rapunzel touches these rocks, and in doing so, her hair grows back. Now let me give you a bit of backstory that the movie does not go into at all, but the series does. And let me tell you, it's very, very interesting. So thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, a moonstone and a sun drop fell down from the heavens and onto the earth from a mysterious event. Nobody knows how this happened, but we know that they fell from the heavens. And we know from the movie that one of them, the sun drop itself, grew into a flower. And we know that Mother Gothel uses this flower to keep herself young, to basically be immortal. But we also know that when the queen fell ill, when she was pregnant, they sent people to go look for this flower and bring it back to the kingdom. They can make it into some sort of soup so that she could drink it. And we all know what happened then. Rapunzel was born with blonde hair, blonde magical hair. So now Rapunzel was the living manifestation of the sun drop. But what happened to the moonstone? What's the story there? Well, there were people that knew about the moonstone, but they kept it locked up because they knew how dangerous it was. And those same people actually warned the king to not take that sun drop flower out of its rightful place because bad things could happen. Fun fact, Mother Gothel was actually the student of Demanitus, and they were out to seek for the flower and the moonstone, and they researched about it. They knew all the incantations that they were to these things, and they knew more about it than anyone else did, but they turned against each other. But if you ever wondered why Mother Gothel knew what to sing to help the magic of this flower, then now you know. This is why. Anyway, after Rapunzel gets her hair back, these black rocks start to grow rapidly, and they follow her. They follow her all the way to the kingdom of Corona. And during season 1, a lot of things did happen. But the most important thing was that confrontation at the end of season 1, because at the end of that confrontation, the black rocks formed a path for Rapunzel to follow. And no matter how dangerous that path may have been, she went anyway. And now we're in season 2. And in season 2, we find out about the scroll and the different incantations there are to both the moon and the sun drop. It's in this season that Rapunzel sings the incantation for the moonstone, and her hair turns black and her eyes turn black, and it's sinister. Very sinister. But this is where we find out what the real journey is. They have to reach the moonstone to connect the sun drop and the moonstone back together. But the sun drop is Rapunzel, and according to Adira, if she touches that moonstone, she could die. And now we're in season 3, and in season 3 we finally reach the moonstone. And as Rapunzel is reaching out for the moonstone, Cassandra, her lady in waiting, grabs it from Rapunzel. Yeah, a stab in the back to her dearest friend. But you know why? We find out that Cassandra is no ordinary character. She is the daughter of Mother Gothel. And her whole life, she always came in second. Mother Gothel chose Rapunzel over Cassandra. She found out that Mother Gothel abandoned her as a child because of Rapunzel, and so now she despises Rapunzel. But in grabbing that moonstone, Cassandra sorta saved Rapunzel's life. I mean, you know what would have happened if she grabbed that moonstone. But we are now in season 3, and at the end of season 3, Cassandra and Rapunzel finally reconnect with each other, but there is one small problem. And that problem goes by the name Zantiri. Zantiri is another one of Demanity's enemies, and she wants the power of the moonstone and the sundrop all to herself. Zantiri actually stole the sundrop and the moonstone away from them, so they are powerless. But Cassandra had just a little tiny piece of the moonstone, which Rapunzel uses to defeat Zantiri and connect the moonstone and the sundrop once and for all. And now Rapunzel sends the now connected moonstone and sundrop off into space, but not before she revives Cassandra. And I didn't tell you this before, but when she first got her hair back, Vivian did some studies on her, and we found out that she no longer carried the power to heal anymore. It looks like the Black Rocks just wanted to protect her because she is the Sunflower Job, and all they wanted was to get her to the Moonstone so that they can reconnect once more. But then, at the end of the series, we see her using that power to revive Cassandra. But soon after, she lets them go and she lets them fly off into space. And now she's just a regular human being. Or is she? See, there are so many things that just don't make any sense, and things that are just never explained in the whole series. Like, for example, what was that mysterious event that separated the Moonstone and the Sundrop? Why were they separated? What if it wasn't a mistake? What if they did that on purpose? These are questions we may never get answers to, but what is certain is that Rapunzel is not finished being Rapunzel. And let me tell you why. Rapunzel is so different from Cassandra because Cassandra needs that Moonstone to be able to possess the powers of the Moonstone, but Rapunzel doesn't really need the Sundrop right with her. Think about it. When Cassandra gave her that piece of the Moonstone, she didn't suddenly have blue hair. She didn't suddenly possess the power to control the Black Rocks. She still possessed the power of the Sundrop. This means she doesn't need the Sundrop with her. She just needs some sort of connection to it, and that Moonstone is that connection. Remember, Rapunzel is literally the living manifestation of the Sundrop. She was born of it. She is the Sundrop. So I don't believe she's done with that blonde hair. And perhaps she is one of our elements. If you've seen my Frozen theories, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, go check them out. But she is one of those elements. She is the sun element. And who is the moon element? I don't know. Cassandra maybe? I don't know. Vivian maybe? I don't know. Perhaps. Oh my god. I keep saying Vivian. His name is not Vivian. His name is what's his name? Varian. His name is Varian. What is wrong with me? And remember, Blue Tan Vu. There is more in you. There is more in her.
Dancing to our own drum. And if there really